That is more than enough of that, I think. Hello! Welcome back to the Anki live stream. Week, what is it, 13? 14 now? I don't know, we've been doing this a long time. Like a really long time. But hey, 2 weeks in a row, we're back properly now. No more delays, no more gaps or breaks unless anything unforeseen happens. Cross my fingers. Welcome back to the most awkward music stream you've ever seen, where we are going to doodle a random track for an hour, improvise something completely off the cuff and see what happens. And then after an hour's up, that's it. We'll scrap it, we'll save it, we'll come back to it another time, and we'll listen to some unreleased music, and generally hang out and have a good time. See who's in the chat. Yo, Renix is in. I'm actually really starting to like the intro music. No, you're not. That's Stockholm Syndrome, and you know it, Renix. Unfortunately, it will happen to most people. I'm still debating whether or not to change that. I mean, it makes me laugh a lot, but still. And Eagle HPB is in. Hello to you, my friend. Welcome back. So, what did we do last week? Oh, last week we did that like 90 BPM stomp down, didn't we? So we're going to have to do a slightly different BPM this time. Let's do like 140. Yeah, let's do 140. Why not? Not like dubstep though. We could do like proper planted 140, like kick and snare on each beat, and then do something a little more chill. That could be nice. Let's do that. Let's find a kick drum and start this shit up. How is everyone anyway? I hope this stream finds you all well. This is actually the last little bit of work I'm doing this weekend because it's my birthday on Sunday, so we're gonna go and get very drunk tomorrow, and I'm giving myself the evening off, which is very nice. 9's kind of nice. I'm kind of looking for something like nice and rounded with a bit of click, but not too aggressive. 2. I kind of like 10. They're all pretty good, is the thing. Other than 5. 5 is garbage. I'm actually going to use 7. I think 7's really nice, but it's just a little long, so we'll just tame it in. Florian is in as well, my main man. How are you doing, man? It's good to see you. Right, let's tighten up this kick drum, because if this is going to be triggering on every half bar, we want it to be nice and short. That'll do. Anyway, once again, apologies for whatever mixdown this, however this mixdown turns out, because I'm still really not used to these headphones. I really don't produce on them that much during the week, so I am basically relying on streams to get used to them, and it's very, very difficult to do. So let's do that. I think what we could do is use like a kind of Madian-esque snare I have saved up, so let's do that. Because that could be really nice, actually, kind of do like a Laloon vibe. How old do I get? Oh, I don't want to say, but I will. I'm turning 24. I'm getting really old. It's now, I'm now definitely not in my early 20s. I'm officially mid-20s, and that's when shit starts to get serious. And when all your friends start having babies and buying houses, and I'm here live streaming. It's a very strange age to be, I'll tell you what. Let's pop down here. I reckon we could use that, but take out that really resonant note, because that's really nice, and then layer in some of our own claps on top of it as well, because that's always fun. It's got a bit of flam to it by the sounds of it, so let's go and see what's going on the sample. Interesting. Okay, disable stretch. There we go, that's a little better. Okay, I don't like what's going on down low here, and I think I want to just go ahead and cut this resonance up here. Let's loop it so we can actually hear what's going on with it, shall we? And let's take this out. Good to know you're good, man. Okay, come on, actually loop. Jesus, Tom. That's a little better. No, no, I had it. I had it. Why aren't you looping? Right, well, that'll be the resonance. Yeah. So let's do that. And let's just, there we go. But it's a little bit skewed, so I'm going to move the transient back to it. That's much better. And let's, sure, we'll just go with that. I think that's kind of nice, but we'll layer in a clap of our own and maybe some white noise, and then we'll bust it all together, do a bit of compression, and see what we can do. Oh, we didn't even compress the kick or anything, did we? That's bad. It's bad, Tom. Let's do a little bit of bright reverb on there. And we'll do a little bit of EQ just to really get that resonance out of there. I think it was around 900 from what I remember, but I could be very wrong, but screw it, it is a stream. No, that feels. Some of my friends are getting married at 22 and I may not be able to get a girlfriend. Dude, I feel you. It's quite okay. Everyone goes at their own pace, man. It's all fine. It's just really weird to see like the difference in priorities between some people at my age. It's really bizarre. Like I know some people who are still going out like 4 days a week and getting hammered and doing all kinds of shit to themselves, and then I know people who are getting up at 5 in the morning every day to make sure that they have enough money to feed their upcoming child in the house that they own. It's like, whoa, man, what the hell happened? How? It's such a weird disparity between so many people. All right, let's compress this kick drum up, and then we can start making pretty things. Punchy kick. There we go. That's quite nice. I'm actually just going to go ahead and give our snare a little bit of room reverb. Boop, boop, boop. Done. And then, yeah, focus that towards bias. Then let's go ahead and use an EQ and see what we can play around with down here. Boost our sub fundamental like a little bit, not too much, and then cut out a load of this mud that we do not want whatsoever. That will probably do. That's nice. That's too much reverb that we got in there. That's nice. That's a lot better. There we go. Music over babies and houses. I agree. Hopefully, one day in my life, both will be an option. But for now, music are my babies and houses. Is my babies and houses? It's hard to get that sentence out. But I agree. Let's take this over. Okay, let's get that sorted. Nice, kind of planted 140 feel. Okay, cool. Let's get like a variation snare on top of that, and then we'll start doing some instrumentation. Also, while I'm here, let's get sidechaining sorted. Boop, 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 boop. I love Reason, and Reason loves me. That's why I get to use MIDI, audio to MIDI on my sidechain bus. God, that's so useful. It's so easy. I love it. Okay. Let's make sure our sidechaining's actually set up properly. Let's do a proper low duck. There we go. But slightly longer release on it, just so that it's got a little bit more shape to it. Let's get a clap layer going on. What clap are we going to use? Tell you what, let's go to Vengeance. Let's see what we can find. Claps, pre-shifted claps. Let's see what's going on here. If my disc will actually spin up in time. Jesus, come on. There we go. These are all okay. They're a bit clubby. 8's kind of nice. I like 8. So let's load in 8, and then I think one more for posterity's sake. That's pretty snappy. Not quite what I'm looking for though. Oh, that's too much. Too weird. Too squelchy. What is with these samples? They sound like they're underwater. That would have been a nice snare. Oh well. We've got a made one now. Okay, that was pretty nice. As was that. So I'm going to load in that one, and then we'll just high pass away the low snare. What age did you start making music? Good question. Basically, I've been kind of making music in one form or another all my life. I picked up the saxophone super early on in my life. But I didn't start producing, or at least teaching myself how to produce, until I was about 17. So a long time now, to be fair. So let's move that over there, and then we'll just go left and right on it. That's nice. But I've been I've been making music since I was like 4 years old. Like I picked up that saxophone crazy young. I wouldn't say making, I was simply learning back then. You know, when you're a kid and you're trying to learn an instrument, and all you get is like just bad notation books, and you're just learning things from the page, never really writing anything yourself. I did that for a while, but then I started joining up in bands when I was like 12, 13, and I loved improvising like so much. It was just something that I fell in love with immediately, and I was like, I want to write things. So the moment I picked up the guitar when I was 13 years old, I was like, first thing I want to do once I get good enough is write my own things. So I started writing really shitty metal music for a very long time. But on like a power tab, because of course I did. Okay, those are nice layers. I like those. Cool. That's very nice indeed. Let's get some... Do we do bass first, or do we do like kind of main backing? Let's try like main backing. I think what we could do is work with like a kind of choir sound. There are some really nice ones in here, if I remember rightly. Is it strings? Strings and choir? We could do this and kind of get like a Porter kind of Madian vibe on it. It's a little cheesy for that, but we can get a kind of voice box sound out of it, / layer another voice box sound with it. That's kind of nice. So let's do that. And then chord progression wise, not sure what we're going to do. Probably start on the 6 because that's always got to work, right? I was 15 when I made my first 2 lyric videos, but I had to take them down because everything was copyrighted and instantly blocked that time. Yeah, that works. And member 1221 is in here. How was your roast beef sandwich, man? Hopefully good. Right, let's get some notes on the go now that we've got some drums that we like. What key are we going to do this in? F? We'll do F minor because F is king. However, we are not starting on the root because that would be boring and dull, and we are anything but that, apparently. So, let's start there. Can we go lower than that? Octave low? We won't need that. We'll have a bass line. That's fine. Let's put a 5th in there. And then let's start layering. So that's just a triad, and then we'll get weirder up here. So that's a 2, 3, a 5, and a octave, and then the 2, and then we'll end on the 3. So, and then take it up 1, I think, to the 5, and then we'll go back down. No, to the 7, and then we'll go back down to the 5. Then either end on the 4 or just the 6 again. Either way, we'll see what happens. We'll see where my mind takes us. Good old copyright. That's the one. Something that I still hate having to deal with to this day. Let's do that there. That's very nice indeed. And then down to the 5, I think, would be nice. So down there? Yeah, that'll one. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So we can take that out. Let's add the 7th on top. Something's wrong there. There it is. And then let's end on the 7 again. I like the fact that we've kept that top note constant throughout. That'd be a really, really nice progression once I actually get that sorted. So let's see what we're doing there. I'm going to slow this down as well, like 1, 3, 5. Okay, that's quite pretty. I'm not sure I'm feeling some of this flavor note up here. So, I think we can take that out. That's a little better. I'm pretty sure that is the Laloon chord sequence, but we can see what's going on. Whoa, we have people in here. Here comes a sample that'll ruin this. I am so excited. Leopoldo, my man. Good to have you back in. I am very well, thank you. It's my birthday in a couple of days, so I'm about to take the weekend off. It's going to be lovely. I'm going to get very drunk, have a good time with good people. Mushroomizer is in, and Naven as well. Nice to see the people are in. Thank you. The quiet is quite nice. However, I can't really take that much credit for it yet because it's basically a preset. Wow, that is downloading really super slow, huh? Let's see what that is when it comes in. However, what we've got here is quite a piercing sound. Like, so I'm just going to take that away. And then let's go ahead and turn it down. Put it through plate and run. There we go. Go away emails. Okay, cool. So now what I think we want to do is find another kind of preset quiet that sounds a bit shit, pan it to the left while this is to the right, and then just kind of stack them together, bust them together, and process them together, and then we can get a bass line on it and it will sound really, really nice. And then we'll get some toms in and a main melody, and oh, it's going to be so lovely. You'll just wait and see. Let's go ahead and get the combinator patches on. I'm well aware that I ramble slightly too much doing this, but you've got to fill an hour and a half of dead air by yourself, so I am apologising to no one. Voice box is pretty nice from what I remember. That's what we want, that really like shitty chipmunk sound. It's kind of like, the way I think of it is kind of N64 era trying to do a voice. Which is really, really fun. Where are we here? Okay, we've got a sample in, by the way, so let's load that in. Layered opera? Well, I say, member 1221, what have you done to us? That is a fucking enormous waveform as well. What the hell is this? I'm going to turn it down. And let's see what we're listening to. terrifying. Okay, there's a lot of strange slides going on there, but there's like a brief moment at the very start where it's actually usable. Mainly because I can't sing. Pre-birthday hype, congrats, thank you very much. Okay, so that there is where it works, and then the rest of it, when it's sliding, is slightly too much. So let's see what we've got. Okay, it starts getting unusable there. It's a bit unusable there, so we've got this to work with as part of that sample. So let's just go ahead and stretch that to a bar. Copy, paste, reverse it, join it together, see what we've got. Okay, that's an interesting one. What note is that? F? Nearly? Nearly an F. There we go. That is really, really fucking odd. I'm going to stretch that out again and reverse. That is one of the weirder ones you've sent over, Memo122, I have to admit. That is unusual, but we will use it. We will find a place for it, I assure you. And to be fair, don't worry about it, I can't sing either. I just know how to process my vocals and know what my range is. That's most of the battle. Right. Let's see what we can do with this hilariously shitty voice box. So let's load in the chords and let's see how it handles them. Pretty nice all in all, actually. I like. Let's get you through to the... Actually, no, let's get you through to a bus. And then let's solo these two together. That's nice, actually. I think we can process this pretty strongly. Let's put it through some more characterful reverb. And then do a little bit of EQ work. Just up here, just to get rid of some of the really, really piercing note value. There we go. That was recorded with the poor mic that had to withstand my burp. I'm surprised it's still sounding, to be honest, man. I really am. Do we put any like weird effects on this? We could do like a subtle gating pattern or something. That could be quite nice. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that. That'd be really, really pretty. So, best way of doing that actually is to go and put an alligator on it, which is going to sound really weird for a little while, but bear with me. We'll get funky with it. See, already that's pretty nice now that we've got this in. Let's turn the ducking up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is pan the bands off. There we go. So if any of you haven't seen this device before, which to be fair, if you're not in Reason, you won't have, it's really quite fun. Basically, it splits the bands into lows, mids, and highs. And triggers them on and off in a gate style, so you can change the pattern up, and these lights correspond to where the bands are going to be triggering, so it now sounds like this. Which is very fun indeed. I quite like that, but let's... There we go, that's cool, but let's turn down the bands. So it's just got a bit of movement to it. That's really, really pretty indeed. I reckon we could do something nice with that. From there, I think I just want to give it a little bit of character by running it through the Audiomatic Retro Transformer and see what we can do with it. But what? VHS could be nice. That's pretty. Right, and let's get that back in context. Okay, that's pretty nice all in all. I think what we need now is some basses. Again, apologise if this mixdown ends up total shit, but my ears still aren't used to these headphones. Why does it sound reminding me of a Vengeance sample? Because Vengeance samples tend to have really shittily done high band gating on them that can sound super 90s and cheesy. But if you do it just right, you can end up with a really nice sound, and I quite like how that one's turned out. Might be fun just to put a bit of Bit Crush on it just to see what will happen. There, might be a bit much. We probably shouldn't do the quantize, but there we go. A little bit of dry wet on that. That's pretty nice. That's giving it some texture. I like that. Let's make ourselves a base, shall we? Why am I singing Undertale? Jesus. Okay, so let's do a little bit of filter envelope work with this, I think. Bam. That's about right. So let's take this down to octave 2, where it's actually a bass. That's a little better. Yep, that's Yoshi's Island. Excellent. How about a square bass? That's always fun. Cool. From there, I reckon if we get a analog sawtooth just sitting nicely on top, but more towards the square, and then just like a little bit of noise, I think. Just, I don't need to change the octave of noise. That's a very, very stupid thing for me to do. Let's take that through as well. Cool, and now we can start getting funky with it. So first things first, I would say, let's see what we can do with filter drive. Well, that completely ruins all transients, so maybe not. How about a little bit of pluck as well from the mod envelope? So let's just take that to oscillator 1 pitch, and then mod envelope to oscillator 1 pitch as well. We're really not looking for like an astonishingly crazy bass sound, just a functional one will do. Just looking more at the instrumentation of this one. There we go. No. How about more extreme? Too much? So we just dial it back to 69, the world's funniest number. There we go. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to go ahead and run this through the sidechain before I forget, and just change the amp envelope up a little bit. Or I'm not, and I'm telling a lie. Old sample, don't know if you've used it already. You can't be recycling material on me, man. That would be a heinous, heinous crime. There we go, show and folder. Bam. Okay, what am I doing here? There. Bam. What is this? What is this? What have you done? Hey! Hey! This song might be a bit too pretty to fit that in, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I've still got 35 minutes to get that in now. I reckon we can manage it. Okay, let's keep on working on this for a little while. I think what we're going to need to do is grit this up. So I'm going to go ahead and band split it and then add on a Scream 4, which is a really nice Reason exclusive. Whoop, go away, Enter Shikari. I don't mean that, Enter Shikari. I love you. I still do. Even though you got really weirdly preachy for a while. Let's try Warp. See what we can do with that. Or tape. Tape's always fun. That's kind of nice. It's got a bit too much of this here. And a little bit too much of this. But it's pretty cool. I quite like that. So from there, what I want to do, I think, is just run it through maybe a little bit of saturation as well. That's kind of nice, just to fatten it up a little bit, and then run it through a little bit of SAR 1. Just for a bit of space. So we're getting quite a lot of sub-value out of this, which I don't think we want. We want that kind of warmth, but we'll have a dedicated subline, so we can work on that. Do you have the Discord desktop application installed? I'm afraid I don't, man. This has been primarily a phone thing for me, is Discord. Let's take off all of these, and let's see if that's sitting in the right octave. No, too low. So, C3. No, okay, it was sitting in the right octave. Curses. So I think what I want to do is just kind of trigger on 3/8. That'll be kind of nice. And then we can play with octaves as well. But let's see how that goes. It's kind of pretty, actually. I like that. However, I think we can change the key up because that's not really working for our bass. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, why not? Why the fuck not, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and then here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Okay, so what I think we can do is keep the 3/8 kind of vibe rolling instead of re-triggering it on the beginning of every single bar. So there, and then pull U over, and then just kind of re-trigger it by going an 8th there, and then an octave above. So, bow, oh, that'll be fun. Such a thing as a slide whistle patch synth. Maybe. I could look for that. That could be an interesting take. We could try and work with that as the main melody. That could be fun. Although, good lord, I'm sure we can get a bit further. I think there's a slide whistle patch in Maelstrom, of all things, the grain table synthesizer that I've got. That could be really super weird. But I could be into it. So we got... This is going to be a really weird week. I'm already feeling it. Okay, so that doesn't change, so we can just copy that over. That's totally fine by me. It's going to be a really odd week, but I'm feeling it. So we're going to need some sub, for sure, doing exactly the same thing. Let's go ahead and find my patches, and the basses, and the sub with octave, and move you down. Make sure they're all correct. They are. Excellent. There's some meat to it. I'm just going to take off like all of this drum here and then bus all of these sounds together and get a weird transition going. Because I like arranging before I've even written any of my fucking instruments out. Don't ask me why. I'm a confusing man sometimes. That's fine by me. Right, let's go ahead and take you into a filter, because why the hell not? Lavatorial D filter, excellent. We'll bypass you for now, and then we'll turn you on when we need you. Excellent. And just go ahead and do the high frequency. So start from there and up. So that's always fun. I do like a little bit of a transition. Podolsky is a football player. Nice to know. I knew that. Fuck's sake, I knew that. Let's move that onwards, and let's just kind of get this out here anyway. But I feel like we're missing a lot of excitement at mid-range, so we're just going to sort that out with a quick super saw balance. So load you in, load you down there, just go ahead and move you to bus 3, kind of pan you to the left a little bit, put you through the correct sends, just go ahead and give you a little bit of room to breathe, make sure you're sitting in the right octave, which you kind of aren't right now, but you know what, fuck it. I say fuck it, I'm still gonna fix it. Okay, that's really pretty. I think what we need now is some kind of rhythm up high. Normally what I do is guitar, but as we all know, I can't quite record guitar on this, on these streams. So what we can do instead is work on like a nice little bell patch. That could be really fun. That got really Arabic for a second. Right, let's go ahead and stop being slightly casually racist and move on to actually designing a synth. That'd be nice. How about a square, an FM pair, and maybe a sawtooth? Why the hell not? Move the balance, take oscillator 3 down, take this filter off because we don't need that. Right, that could be nice. We just need to clip it up. Give it some release. So that's always quite nice. Got to go. See you later, Leo. You are missing out on some unreleased music, but you know what? You can always catch up on YouTube. Take care, dude. Lovely to have you in as per usual. I will see you next week, I'm sure. I really am struggling with not doing Zombie Nation right now. And I'm not going to finish that phrase just to be a dick tease. So, from here, I think what we could do is do a nice little mod envelope again, just to give us a little bit of pitch attack. That'll be nice. And then we'll double down on that with an envelope shaper, because that will be really pretty too. We go, mod envelope up to oscillator 3, take it down, take it down. So that's quite pretty. Let's take this down. There. Even lower if we can. Slightly less release. There we go. So from here, what I think we're going to want to do is, I'm going to envelope shape this up a little bit. Where are you? Envelope shaper. Good. We're just going to boost the attack and just take off the sustainer touch. And really take this decay down. There we go. I'm going to put a little auto pan on it just because I like doing auto pan. So LFO 1 to amp pan. Let's go ahead and just probably leave that. Yeah, that's doing its job. That's a nice that's a nice speed. So from there, I think, how much longer we got? Oh my god, time is flying by this week. You need to go after the envelope shaper. Thank you very much. There we go. Up nice and high. Too high. That's pretty, but what we can do is, how about we get more crazy with the FM actually? And change the pulse width. Also very nice. What about this way? Much the same. That makes a lot of sense. There we go. We'll go with that. That's quite pretty. So up we go. Make sure the low cut's up there. But before we go into that, how about some chorus? Because chorus is always lovely. Dual chorus. Take this down. Oh, isn't that just so fucking pretty? Lovely. Bring the dry wet down. That's sitting pretty nicely for me. And then just a nice little bit of delay going into all of this, I think. So then, yeah. Why am I doing the Lion King? Oh man, I haven't even had anything to drink this weekend yet, and I'm already busting out very, very strange sounds from my face. So let's get some ping pong set up. Tell you what we'll do. We will put on a little bit of band pass delay on the breakout, because that's really, really fun and a very pretty sound. And who would not love doing that? So let's move that up there. That works for me. Feedback's a little high, so let's just turn the ducking up. That should probably be okay. So from there, probably all we need to do is a little bit of EQ work just to get rid of some of this nastiness down here, and then cut the real tinny brightness from up here, and then we can start getting it into the mix. I just need to think of a line that will actually work. I'm thinking constant, just to give it like a little bit of rhythm. That'll probably work. But what? I don't know. What key are we in again? We moved key, didn't we? And I've forgotten now. Okay, we appear to have ended up in B flat, so I can work with that. Or C sharp major. C sharp major will work. So we could do 16ths, but that might be a little too much. How about we do 8ths, but turn the delay up to 3/16ths, and then that way we'll get some interplay. Haha! We'll turn it down to 3/16ths rather. Perfect. So that way it's not going to be too cluttered. So we can go. That's the 5th, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Then go up to the 7th, and then there. Go down, and that can just kind of float along in the background as part of the atmosphere. Okay, that's really nice, but what we're going to need is obviously a lead line, but first things first, we're going to need some cymbals for sure. So I think we need a splashy hat. Oh, and that's the point. We haven't actually used any of Member 1221 samples yet. So what was this? And that's on an F. Da-da-da. So that's about there, I think. Okay, so let's get this up to... Oh no, that's on a 7. 7 will be fun. But let's just take it up an octave. There we go. And then that can be kind of floating along in the background, doing a very strange job. How about we put some... Well, first of all, let's put it through sidechain. And then let's take it down. Let's check the frequency content of it just to fit it in the right space. There we go. And then we'll just take out where we've already got a build up. On emo, thank you, and boost where we don't. There we go, lovely, and now we can start getting weird with it. So how about we put this through something on the Audiomatic and see what we can do with it. How about Gadget? No, Cracked could be fun. Kind of makes it sound like it's coming through an old-timey, fucked up guitar amp, which I really, really like the sound of. And from there, just a little bit of reverb, just to kind of tie it all together. See what we got. Roughly how many songs do you think you've written in E sharp? I really don't think I could possibly count that. Quite a lot. I mean, that is F, so probably several thousand in my life. It's like the go-to key for dubstep and drum and bass, so that does not exactly help, considering that was the formative years of my production career. Right, let's see what we've got on this. Already sounding pretty cool. Let's just soften it a little bit. And it's just going to float there, all the way off to the left. I think that'd be really nice. Yeah. I think what we could do there is then... No, I don't want to take it down. I like it staying and pedaling on that 7. That's really, really nice. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to go shut my lounge doors. I'm going to get leakage from you. Oh, that's disgusting leaky sound. There we go. Yeah. Lock my roommate in the lounge like he deserves. Like he fucking deserves. There we go. He's a sweet boy. And I'm sorry he's so sick. Right, let's see what else we've got. More than 6 then. Probably more than 6. Yeah. Just a touch. This is already sounding really, really pretty. So we're going to need cymbals on everything because we're missing high end in the entire track, which is no use. So let's go to favorite samples and use hat 4 just on every drum just to make sure we've got a little bit of brightness with each drum hit. I mean, we could do it on every 4. That might ruin the groove that we've got going on. So let's see what we've got. That's nice. Obviously, we can go ahead and just take it from there. That doesn't need to exist. So we need to high pass it because who needs 30 Hz on their hi-hat? That would be ridiculous. Let's put it through the correct sends, and then on our hi-hat bus we'll do our traditional cymbal processing just for peace of mind. It's not like we'll ever finish this song, but it's nice to have it on there, right? How about a little bit of very short room reverb? Ta-da! And then just a little bit of a high boost. Where are you? Kuasa, bam, 10, up we go. Beautiful. Right, okay. So I think what we can do is have 1 or 2 cymbals just doing an 8th, just actually no, just a quarter, and then we'll get some like kind of trap noise hats there. That'd be really, really pretty. So if we head to Future Bass, we can get some arrangement going. Drum 1 shots, hats. Hat 2 and 3 will probably work. Why the hell not, eh? Let's do a dub of you. Make sure that you have stretch disabled. And let's go ahead and put it on a quarter. And then we'll do right left. That'll probably work. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Let's move that over to bar 9 though, because that's actually where it'll work properly. And then let's see what we can do about processing these. So got to put it through to bus 4, naturally, left and right. I mean, that was the exact opposite way that I mentioned, but never mind. Life will go on. Right, and now I think what we could do is load in some white noise and engineer like a little noise sprinkler hat. That'll be really, really pretty. So if we go to CS noise, oh god, that does not get better when you have headphones on. Holy shit, I apologize. Let's get contouring, shall we? I think I'm gonna sneeze. No, that's good enough. Good. About tree fitty. Probably tree fitty is still way too little, which is scary now that I think about it. So let's just go ahead and sort that out. I mean, obviously, we need to cut all of this nonsense because it's a white noise sample, so there will be 20 hertz in there. We do not need that. So now that that's through there, let's make sure it's getting bussed to bus 4. It's kind of a cool sound already, but I think it can get a little more clipped. So already pretty cool, but let's get some rolls going. Put some rolls in my mouth. Let's put that there. And then this can like go into the snare. Oh, it's all coming together. And then put that over there as well. So we'll just keep that rhythm going, and then at the end of each bar, we'll just kind of do like a 64th run, because why the hell wouldn't we? So there, bam, 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 bam. There we go. That's really, really pretty. So, bam. Copy and paste is our friend. If we just take that off there. Much better. Okay, what else we got? Hey guys, well, it sounds like ambient D&B. Kind of. It's kind of more just this like down tempo 130 thing. We're gonna put a lead line on it. That'll definitely give it more of a personality. Let's see what we've got with these hi-hats. I think that really helps with the elevation, but what we could probably afford to do is just get some auto pan on it. Bam, 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 bam. Perfect. Good. Now let's see what we can do about some vocal effects, shall we? However, on this, when we get the elevation, I think we have found a way to use this sample. I mean, this will sound ridiculous, but if we pitch shift it and process it, this will work. That sounds fucking awful. Oh my god, that is absolutely atrocious. Okay, let's move that over here, and nope, you're on the wrong spot. Yeah, I hope you're happy, member 1221. Like Ramesses B? It's a little like Ramesses B. That I can buy, actually. So, let's take this up to school kid territory. About kind of 8. It's almost in key. 9 will probably be there. That sits a little better for me, but we need it to get really fucked up. So let's do that, shall we? How about we put it in the Audiometric Retro Transformer, put it on cracked, so it's the same as that weird vocal sample from Calypsy that we used earlier. Perfect. Let's see what its frequency is looking like. Pretty cool. I really like some of the resonance in that, actually. That's a cool ass sound now that we've fucked around with it a little bit. There we go. That's cool. I like it. Cool. I think it's time to do a little bit of effects work, and then we'll get a lead line, and then all will be good. So actually, I want to counter melody first in, how about a piano, because a piano is always pretty. So a combinator will do me just fine. Thank you very much. If I can find it. There we go. And a radical piano. Where you at? Beautiful. How about we use the traditional stream preset? There we go. But then let's move it up character-wise so it's a bit more agitated. Even more. Oh, I'm such a good pianist. Right, let's go ahead and take this off. Take the key mechanics off because that will just sound like dirt. There we go. Take the sustain pedal all the way out. And then let's go ahead and... where is it? Good. Lots of send. Lots of send, lots of send, and then back in here we can go ahead and do reverb. Lovely, and then if we take the velocity response up nice and high. God, that's just a gorgeous sound, isn't it? Hey, is Crux. A friend of mine sent me the sample a long time ago. Sounds a bit like a Dalek. Yeah, I could see that actually. If we could really go ahead and like fuck up some ring mod and make it more Dalek-like if we have time at the end, because that would be fun. Nothing like a little bit of Dalek processing. How about from there we just do a little bit of compression, bam, just to even it all out. Beautiful. Okay, it's here where that is sitting. Okay. Simple like that I think would really work. That's pretty. That's sitting pretty well for me. I mean, obviously it's too loud and we haven't actually done any frequency work on it yet, so okay, we've got the two major zones covered, so let's see what we can do note-wise. Oh, that's a bad burp. Okay, that is very Scotch eggy. We can stick with this kind of 3/8 rhythm that we got going on the bass, so the two parts like mesh together. That would be pretty. So let's see what that's like. And then can we just go up? That could be a really nice line. Just kind of 3, 2, 7, 5. That's really quite pretty, I think. And then I think we could just go ahead and take an octave up on it. Nice. Cool. Let's get like a soaring lead line going on, I think. That'd be really nice. Just to really rip off Laloon even more, Jesus. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm slowly realizing where all of this is coming from. Speaking of which, by the way, I get to go and see Shelter in like 4 days. I'm freaking my fucking head off. I'm so excited. Let's see what we can do with this, shall we? So, unison lead is the usual one we use for streams, just because sound designing a lead is easy, but just takes a little bit of time to get right, and it's boring to watch. Beautiful. So let's see what we can do with that, shall we? How about a little more distortion? And also, probably a little bit of release on the synth would help. Okay, that's probably good enough, I think. Jealous. Yeah, sorry, Alex. It's alright. I'll send you various things on Facebook Messenger video. And really hope you do your jealousy if I'm not too busy just standing there weeping. Oh god, I haven't got that long left, have I? Jesus. Okay. Let's see what we can do about a main lead line first and foremost, shall we? A little bit more of this, please. It's a little more like it. Okay, let's turn this way the hell down. Let's move this up. There we go, and we can probably play around with some main effects later, but first things first, let's just get a line written. So that's the root, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So. Wait, is that the root? That's not the root, that's me being really stupid, that's the 7. That's the root. Jesus. That's nice. Let's see what we can do with this. That could probably work pretty nicely. Let's see what else will work here. Like our Twitch is complaining that Flash crashed when I'm using HTML5. God damn it, Twitch. Stop ruining my Twitch fanbase. That's kind of nice, and then we can just have like round it off right at the end. That's pretty. That's pretty. I kind of dig it. I like that the haze come in. I forgot about those. Yeah, you need to come up a little bit. I can't really hear it too much. There we go. Let's move that over there. Let's see what that saturation did to our mix. Right, this, for anyone who is learning production, this ain't what you need on a lead line. So let's go ahead and just get rid of that. Perfect. That's a little better. And then just to like kind of tame it a little bit at the end, I'm just going to put a SAR 1 on it just to make sure that some of those nasty edges are caught. Actually really pretty. I think those melodies really, really stack together. You do indeed. He's famous now. Let's have a look. It is coming together pretty nicely. I quite dig it. We have 4 minutes left, so all I'm going to do is just kind of add in just a sweep down and a crash. There and there, and then we'll add in a couple of reverses like this one. There, and then we'll just sort all of those out. So what was it? Audio track 8, 9, and 10, right? Okay, so you need to come way the hell down and be high passed, and then a little bit off to the left, a little bit off to the right for the crash, a little bit of this, and then high pass 2 balls. There we go. And then you need to come down to about here. Let's check the levels of that and see what's going on. Also, I think I kind of want to filter the lead and this away as well. So what I'm going to do is, was it combinator 2 in unison lead nice, take both of these, or actually take you rather, through to bus 3 just to make sure you're getting caught. I'm pretty sure that's the right one. It is joyous. And then you I'll just do by itself just because I am lazy and I can't be bothered to work out how to do the routing live on air. How long have I got? 3 minutes. 3 minutes is all I can spare for you. Okay, let's put that there. Yes, that was a Resident Evil reference, and no, I'm not proud of it. Let's go ahead and put that there, and there, and there. think that lead needs some more movement. I think we could probably do with like some pitch bends and some vibrato on it. Do I have time to record that in now? Fuck it, we're going to. Let's put a pre on it. Okay, so that will work for now as long as we take away all of these ridiculous little bubbles that don't quite work. Like this one, for example. There we go. Let's just make sure that that's at 0. Bam, that's all fine, that's all fine, that's all fine. They're all a little wonky, but you know what? It's a stream track. I could not care any less. Let's go ahead and move that up. Perfect. That's fine. Let's just chop you off, move that there, move that over there. We'll do the same with mod wheel. Can I be bothered? I don't think I can. I don't think it needs wobble. From there, I think all I need to do is just add an extra layer on top of this base. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Bases, terraform. Let's move this to here, if that's even the right pitch, which I think it is. Yes, it is. Perfect. Terraform needs to go through to bus 3, which is getting sidechained. Oh, it's all coming together. Voting is in, my boy. There, A needs a bit more volume. Okay, we can bring him up. He is pretty quiet now that we fucked around with him a bit. Let's go ahead and take down Terraform and then just go ahead and target the frequencies a little better. So we don't need that sub-region, we need that mid-range. That mid-range good. There we go, perfect. That's already pretty cool. I'm just going to add in another one of these for posterity's sake, down low. Nice. Just fill up this. That's actually sounding really nice. And with that, time is up. Yeah, I missed all of your production. Not quite. Tell you what, we'll listen through it one more time now that edits are done. I don't really know where this is going. I guess we'd probably put a load of vocals on this and then just kind of break down to just the kick and the bass. So we'd kind of bring all of these back to here and then these back to here as well. And then just kind of have this going through. But maybe bring you all down the octave and then just kind of have the bass line running there and just see what works. And then we kind of have like vocals over all of that. And then bring these back there. That's quite pretty. And then we probably bring back like the voice box. So like down an octave. That's pretty. So we'll put that there and then that there. So let's have a listen to that kind of whole structure now that we've got 32 bars of it and see where we're at. And see if... There we go. You really liked it. Thank you, man. One of the best stream tracks. I'm not sure that's a particularly lofty bar to be able to that you need to vault over, but I'll take it. Thank you. Let's have a listen to what we got. really nicely actually. I quite like that. And just kind of focus on this. That's pretty. Let's take that back up an octave there. That's really pretty. I quite like that. There we go. Stream tracks. Stream track 14. There we go. Stream track 14. Please don't sue me, Madian. I think will be a decent. Don't sue me, Madian. Perfect. Wonderful. That actually turned out pretty nicely. There you go. To that time I've done a lot of music. It's very, very true. Keep on working as hard as you possibly can for as long as you possibly can. Make a shit ton of very, very bad music, and eventually you'll get pretty good. It's all about just working as hard as you can and making so much shit that you learn a lesson from each one you do. Right, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. I might come back to that at some point and see if I can put vocals on it and really sort that mix down out when I'm on monitors rather than these terrible headphones. But I think it's time for a little bit of unreleased music. Next week begins work on the last stream tracks until all of them have been completed. Like, this has been brought up before, and I'm kind of into the idea of just going back and fleshing out some of them. However, I would like to put guitars and vocals on quite a lot of them, so I would probably have to do that off camera. So I could do some pre-prod. Maybe once we get to like 20 tracks, I can go back in and then we can just start going through and finishing all of them up, one each stream, and just see what's going on. But anyway, a little bit of unreleased music before I run away. How about... yeah, sure, why not? Let's start with this. There we go. Again, one of those tracks that I was talking about last week, which is from that big project that you're not supposed to know anything about yet. So the mix is super early on, and we are currently in the process of writing vocals. We've got a chorus done. We don't yet have a verse completely finished, but we've got this section completely done. But we will be recording vocals probably end of next week for it. This is interesting. Basically, it ended up taking a lot more rocky tone. There's a lot of tracks like this on this big project, so the one after this is also from that big project, but it's a bit more electronic, just so that you know that there will be some more classic stuff on there too. But yeah, check it out. This is really, really nice. The code name of this was No Jeans, but that has nothing to do with the song title. Hope you enjoy. This is a little more chill and a little bit more rock orientated once we get to here, but it's really, really fun and the melody's really nice, so enjoy it. So what, we'll fade out there. We'll fade out there, just as a little bit of a tease. So yeah, that's a little bit more of the kind of rock orientated place where that big project is going, and I'm super excited to record vocals on that next week because, oh, it's coming together so nice. Thank you. Oh, it's so nice to see the love on that one. It's gonna be good. Really, really, really nice. There's a lot of tracks like that on that big project, but that one has such a catchy melody with the really, really weird lead patch. But just to kind of put you at ease, to make sure you realize that this big project isn't putting aside the kind of the classic 100 BPM roller kind of stuff. This is the most kind of like the traditional bit. So what I will do is put it more towards the second drop so you can just hear that there will be some glitches on this big project, just fewer than usual. Tell you what, let's go over here. This one has a really, really nice chord progression that I really, really like. Kind of Porter-ish, but I really enjoy where it's ending up. Again, mixed down, super not... Yeah, I do tease too much, but that's my job, my friend. The mix down on this one is a little more ropey because, again, this is like a 2-year-old file that we're having to kind of from the ground up redo, but this is getting there now. We've got vocals written and this is on the docket to record later on, but I'm just in the process of fixing up the mix. But I thought you guys might like to see what's going on with this one. So I'll play from like kind of here, end of the first drop, just kind of through to about here so you can hear what's going on and know that it's not going to be all like distorted guitars and rock stuff. So yeah, enjoy this one. I would buy that. So yeah, this section without any vocals is a little dull. I now realise this. But the vocals do sound nice, I'll give it that. I'm a sucker for that melody though. Quite enough of that one. Mixed down's still a little ropey, but I'm such a sucker for those weird glitches in the middle bit, the like strange break apart like wolf howls. God, they're weird. God, they're weird, but I really, really like. And creating a new track. What the fuck is correct, Eagle? That's the one. That's about as glitchy as that kind of big project style goes, but there will be some ones similar to that vein. There's some really weird sounds that we've got going on in there. But a lot of it's more kind of acoustic focus, a lot of guitars, a lot of vocals. I think we're singing on basically every song. But I'll leave that for the kind of early teasers, and I'll show you one that's a little bit more finished. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this in. I have shown this one off before when it was a little early on, but I've been doing some fixes and we're starting to get to the point where it's sounding pretty good. I know Twen sent me a message that I still haven't had time to read over recently because there's a few bits that he wants to change up. But this is my new collab with Twen. It's a little happier. I still need to record some vocals and then pass it back and forth a few more times, so it's going to sound a little different when it comes out. But this is sounding a lot more together now. So I'm actually going to show you what we've got going on in the second drop area because it's really, really, really fun. I think this is going to be the last one actually because I should go and cook and, to be honest, start start drinking. I think I'm going to have a nice glass of wine. That'll be lovely. And then get drinking properly tomorrow. But this one still doesn't have a name yet, but I do have vocals for it, so it will have a name very quickly. But yeah, this is the new collaboration with Twen coming hopefully pretty soon, I'd imagine. But I need to sort out label bits and bobs. But yeah, this is a little more happy and upbeat and a little more bass orientated than the last two, which is a little more like indie and emotional. Basically, it's a bit weird. Every time I do like a remix, like I'm working on a remix right now for Runaground, and it's like basically as heavy as Anki gets. Like it's 150 like actual bass sounds all the time. Like it's pretty gnarly. So yeah, remixes and collaborations tend to be the more like bass music focused, and every time I'm sat down to do an original, it's all emo and and weepy. But this is a little happy, a little more upbeat. So I hope you enjoy it. This will be the last track of the night. Oh man, that one puts a smile on my face, but not as much as you guys. These very, very, very sweet. Thank you very much, Alex, you card. I am hopefully going to have a very, very nice birthday and spending it with the best people I know, so it's going to be great. Cosmic's on a nice electric guitar. That's the one. That's actually me and Twen like kind of going back and forwards playing guitar because he's a great guitarist as well. So yeah, that was really, really fun. Cosmic as fuck. I like that. Can we make that a new thing? I like that a lot. I'm going to go now because I am fucking knackered, to be perfectly honest. And I do need to shore up a little bit at this Runaground remix before I call it a day. But that's been really, really fun. I am going to have a very debaucherous weekend, but I will see you back here same time next week with some more teasers and some more terrible, terrible doodles. But for now, I will see you later. Take care, guys. Thank you for a good time.